Yo, abusia me man krankra bia atin at the bad time with Mami Grace Jumedie kese. So last week dear na asem na ya breho na obia ye emotional. Myself, I was my catcher must me central region but me mpe. It's not that I hate the place, but me koba the entia me ba me be break it down. I can't explain much. But me ko obia na mu se makwa momon paye mame. Nyem paye bone like momon paye say muna mo kan grace na nye abounds like enye bebre ewo me so na minya aso metumi de etie bibia na masan aye stable in the downloads no so that I don't lose myself because I'm not done yet. Some paye no na mesra ankrankra bia se ombo mame na last week message ne de na enyi text aminya ye ne de ka ho na tese ano odin yie but ye guso ye adwuma no nyame adom so ye koye nim kakrakra minim say we will get there ye hand over baton ni ma obi a ono so beto aso ba for now no let your brain absorb all the messages na unya no na dan kwa mabi obeka say ma bi ewo ho na e friend Mami Grace mo akwaba at the bad time with Mami Grace Jumedie so and then your topic ni is seeding the legend of African unity. Seeding the legend of African unity. Eno na your topic no. And na wa wunim bia wunim se last week you know you discussing manifesting collective African conscience. That was what we discussed last week. Manifesting collective African conscience. And no, and I can't want some any bedu ye, and then no ye twaso. Me man crankrebia aquaba, and a me man crankrebia so achi. Na enkra me di gun from mum, and someone may come by a bosume, August ye wom ye dear. The American nara and say, O bibini biara. Baby a wo kasa wo temi nka baby a wo wo wiase mu biara ma wudi ene kiti drop na ewo mu no se bia o maame ana wo papa na ware generation afaso 10 times you still have that drop in you and no na make se mane en shake up men trigger ne ho na fa continent ye friend Africa yi fato wakoma pono so. We need anybody with a drop of African DNA to vibrate towards our goal of these two main tasks. 1, economic freedom, and 2, African unity. I want this to be a shake-up call for every black person, wherever you are and wherever you are watching me from. Because if we don't save our continent, trust me, we will lose ourselves forever. I think I have said a whole lot to you since last week. And I know Edis and Combo Wing are saying all these things to you. Until we break forth from economic freedom and African unity, we are not going anywhere. We are still slaves. Do not let anything deceive you that you have independence or you have freedom. It's a big fat lie. If you ask me for evidence, it's a spiritual language. I don't have any evidence. But look at your life, your business, the land you are dwelling on and see if you have independence. It's up to you. And look at the debt you own. Wherever you are watching me from, Kenya, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, wherever you are, look at the nature of your country and see if you have independence. That one, do your own calculation. Na Ghana na America we actually. So what say we independence na what the ka. Obi o we biase bi odeka bia nipa eni obu obi ade ma no. Me come actually plain individual mpo. Wodi obi ka obesora hamachia bedidi watem obesora na jointi me bedidi watem anyhow anywhere. Enti say what the ka kra na so we independence a wodi wo ho. E na wodi ka untumi sha wo ho na obi na ehwa wo. Who ina daneka what the wo ekwan ben so eno na me pese ye ina ye dwen ho. So it's not that I'm saying anything, but until these shackles are broken off our feet or our legs, or until this yoke is lifted off our shoulders, we don't see the value or the frequency or the benefit of what you people call independence in our lives. So we need to work on this, and this can only happen when all the black people, wherever we are, we notice that African continent belongs to us. You wear the skin of the continent. So you need to work so you are able to blend where you belong. Come to your originality. Wherever you belong to, whether poor, rich, small, big, fat, if you leave your originality and you go somewhere, you are a total stranger. No matter the buildings you have there. Let this sink in your head. Now, what is killing us again is competition. Do not have competition with any fellow that wears your black color. But these people have found a way to bring this into our heads. It comes into our tender age when we are developing characters. This is where we go and learn this competition. And this is where we learn the foundations of hatred. This is where we learn the foundation of greed. This is where we learn the foundation of strife. So when we come of age, it becomes part of us. That is when we see even when what is bad as good. And where does this start from? And I am pleading once again, and I am pleading once again. People who can die for this continent should look at our educational system. It needs to be worked on, because that is when that is where we develop. At the age now you be developing, that age ni yeti akola ni free ni mame, eti ni free ni papa hu. Up till now, Ghana kora akola ko JSS na okochoro exam ye ni a special bibi de ma obi asebe or what a little bit of deformity. Onu subenya kwan achiro obi ye dyslexia na chese onu de onye we so obi autistics na onyankopon ye nadum na otumi nyini ekwan bi so oni obi abekwa akotoro sa oni obi akotoro sa examination hall na o ma toro omo onu special time omo onu special papers agese nipa de ye nifra ni ana ye mum ni ya type ye nifra for de ama no until the thing is condemned bruga. We don't have any structures for it. How many organizations in your Ghana had no more? You what privileges for omo ye disabled people. Disabled people cars are here and then na krom ha meant for them. This is what I want us to think about. Education system. Na dien ye be to me aye about it. Ye di ka catch them kwala say school na wo kwada ye competition. And so be try to compete with Mami Grace and any fault. It was planted in Onipano ne gland no when that person started developing the natural power na nyamedema no obia wunya 16 14 wana wukona your natural ability na start to grow time we develop this thing no na de obeko baby a secondary school no e ho na obeko akoda na waja o maame no papa ho na oni nkrofo other people akofra na makoda ho obi atade a wahye obi mpabo a wahye obi niama odi abe school obi perfume obi niama ni nyina automatically look ya ka to so okosa itokura wunyo obi a eno no why traumatized dada na wasa akọ secondary school okọ secondary school na ohwe nkrofo niama omo de ba ya na teacher fo no da omo do obi because ono ne maami to be the envelope ba na akola no aye class one wo de o ma me fashion ko a o ma me ko yete say me say ndie ene me ba ne bra obre na me nka asem ni say o wie school na ina ebe hu na etuam nti sesi ano obia kosa na de tia afo mu kodidi a o mu hwe aduane a o mu di na obi na onipa no ono akasa ne self confidence aba low. Anadwo anka wapon no wabafie a obebo ne maame amane ne papa amane ne dofo bi amane na wa encourage no akola no wo school ho no mo phone kura o nkita bi na bibi ye na wafre ne maame aka kire no nti na osu na afi o siki consolation from ni age mate no ho adwen ben de wo mutirim obi aso ne maame ne papa problems o mu komo ho de akọ school wo behwe na obi de obi maame fie advice akoma wo ba na wo ba na akọsẹ yen fa school phones nko school e wo Ghana na enso so na brofo na omudi school ni ba ye na omudi phones go school from class 1 you can cross check if I'm meboa. These things are things that we have to work on. Na kola na ye depressed obi anyone e back secondary school no oba abofra no change ye. We don't want to talk about this. Ni ye de kola na ko go school ho no mo ko go school na when the first when the second na teacher na ye comment Say what you want to mean about whom modern crack will boo a bofrana bum to the lowest level. But Mommy Yanko check ye, or my new movie school share. Or my no more bag, a papa best school, or more no more shampa, boa papa best school, or more no school, or more sika, or more ya clever no. Ye real school, Mommy Yanko check it 20 years. Na yensha say or more life for to say they are now who claim say wabono or no sunny life to saying other for universe happened and life also happened. It's not about what you know. It's not about what you have. It's about what the universe has for you. Nenso ye den kwala no ko school ani ye di kan mo ate ase say wo kon wan kokko wan di first awa wi obatan bi wo ne banya bad grace adwuma obedi no. Enya asem ketwa. Enya no na ye issue no. Kwala no start competition was we na ho no tan no. E start free. Ho and no tiny nyina start free because at the end of the day no teacher ni be pass a bad comment about the child a bit picky slow a bit picky fast a dear ben structures near wo school homa omo picky slow no we are all in one class we don't even recognize talent we don't even recognize giftings our classroom it's all about you having first na so ma me anko school papa bi ate say media onu de oni ma ne first class me say nya first class pa me nim because the obetire me mente ase I don't actually know into o kan first class there me nim say eno de me ade da first bia nti o kan first class na aye me ye but eno na ye life ana eno na me bi say does the universe recognize all these things? It's good to add up, it's good to bath, it's good to use perfume, but eno na ye life ana eno na me pe say me bisa no wo bisa me say then na ye discuss and that seeding the legend of African unity eno na ye it is when we go to school and they start putting this division in our heads me chain way me nimade chain way me yobi chain way na dia ono no ebia onya ade me ba lawyer no I have a child who is a lawyer anyway and not only law school he is a lawyer oka kire me say mami as for you pa there if not because Ghanaians use English they have to put you in a court and they seek counsel from you sometimes some of the things when I'm talking about and the way you do it hey ma you would have been a great lawyer when you ka would uko school na me see you would e monko me de chire kakra de nyame de be yo de me be show so sometimes it's not about English sometimes it's not about the book sometimes it's not about the school it's a polish up it's a add up but enye no na ye life no so ma obi enfili say wanya ade na on time dia waya ade no ono oya ade wa chiro ni reading mu but I tell you dia otenche no obetumi aya ade said ode na adwini e create niama. Can we add all these things into our education system so that emfa or time embeto ankwala no entem abusia channel your mind to an African without borders. Let your vibration connect to only one conscience and that will empower it. Visit Africa and experience nature. Connect with your roots. This is what I'm telling you wherever you are. Connect. You are black, you are an African. You can't do anything about it. I want you to vibrate on this so you are able to redeem your color and redeem the land that you were given. Redeem the land that this universe gave to you as a black man or as an African. This is what you need to think about. The other day when these people came and they were connecting the joy, I was giving them, some of them, the spiritual bath in the river and the joy, the happiness, though but they were happy. This is what you should do. Don't think that this place is not for you because you are not here. You are sitting somewhere and you feel you are okay. So you don't care about this place. Gradually, a time will come, your children will be looking for their origin because of what they will go through. So now that you have the abilities and you have the power to bring them home, you yourself find home. And Africa is your home. That's why you are black. Me man kran krabia akwaba at the bad time with Mami Grace Jumedie Kasiye so we any account last week. Now, and then the American catcher say, seeding the legends of African unity. We need unity as Africans. We need to break borders in our heads. We need to go beyond borders. If not, we don't have independence. So your parliament, your castle, whatever you have, you come and sit there and you don't have peace. The people will be attacking you. That's why you have bodyguards all over you. Why? Because the people don't understand what is going on. There's no unity. So Africa, from foot to head, from the crown of African soul to the soles of the feet, there is nothing like independence. You just mention it. It's a mere word. It's a mere word. The affection of that word is not seen, so you don't have it. We need to work towards this. What will the diaspora benefit from it? If Africa achieve unity and economic freedom, people travel and they make money. Be honest with yourself. You are Ghanaian. What could make sika? People travel, they make money. There are great people there who are Africans. I don't want to mention names. I know Beyonce, Tyler Perry, all the Oprah Winfrey. Name them. All these big people are Africans. You can't change that. You cannot change it. You can't do anything about this. So you have to turn yourself back and see and make sure this place take its balance. It's a glory for you. You have, when you do that, you have spoken for your origin, the soul in you, and then the body you wear. I continue. When Africa is united and strong, the mental conditioning of Africans and other nations will have a different relationship with all Africans. We were here when we heard that somebody's neck was broken. A kromha, a parliament, or a minister, na president, or ye papa na ye, papa na nkrofo no kwetwe no ne kam abrofo no bu ni kom no. Mo na munim ni di mo ntro, mo woni photograph mo de mo fa nto. Omo bu ni kom so on si free kam a, omo se ohu o de ben nti a wansi a omo bu ni kom dwe. A omo ye ni di kese wa Africa. Ghana president o se obi sa ade. Omo ye na yiye kura wa. Sa black man George Floyd yo se hwan nkrofo se ono no wambo ne bra ye no obi antumi nkobu Oprah Winfrey kon obi antumi nkobu Tyler Perry kon. They don't say certain things because they can't say it. Even if you want to say it, where are you going to? So they keep quiet, but a lot of things are eating them up. I'm telling you, they will call you Black American. America be American. Why are you Black American? That is the error. People are going through things. The things are easy. Even they are making the country, but they are still jealous of them. We are not going to use gun or anything. It's past and gone. They are using their brain. Let's also use their brain. Reconnect wherever you are so that you liberate your name and your skin color. If you are wearing black and you are listening to me, your origin is here. Don't throw this continent away. Let's work on it together. Monsoso Ghana for amuti abrochira. Obi banamo bua no kra na ye modi obi tumi kan say na wo Ghana ni na akọ bua no ni momo. Oyo, or yo wunua. Wo so wo de no no. Ye hu adwuma. When you dream Africa. Wherever you are, when I dream Africa. I don't know why we feel less and we think we are poor. That word people use on Africa is a huge error. That we have to prove to them that it's an error. They need to correct it. You can only correct this error when you wake up and you decide to preach your continent. That is Africa. Do you love your continent? What are you saying about Africa? What do you say about Africa? How do you see Africa? How do you project Africa? I'm telling you today to dream Africa. Also, so Africa because of bad strategies. But they always love Africa. Home, sweet home. That is Africa. Africa has been badly divided beyond hope. This is what we see. Independence, different parliaments, different passports, different ID cards. Who come baby and a problem. This is what has happened to Africa. And people feel we are beyond hope. The universe has hope. And the universe turns itself. And the universe remember everything he or she has arranged. We don't know whether it's a female or male, but we believe Yang tell us that two male energies not a ruling. That's why I use he and he. They believe and they know what they made and how they made it. The reason I am so much confidence in my spirit that Africa will be great again. That is why we are saying all these things. That's why we are preaching all this consciousness. That's why we are sending all these signals out there. We have been divided beyond hope. But trust me, hope comes from no man. It comes from the Creator, who knows how he made this place. And I am telling you, we will be great again if we will all agree to vibrate on this message I am giving you. Even the dollar and the pound is beating us. We are becoming poor because of strategy. If we decide to wake up, because the dollar and the poor is made out of the gold we have in our land. That is what is making the world powerful. What are we doing to ourselves? The more we stay divided, the more our people die in poverty. The division makes it easier for the suppression and theft of our resource. Nankanya sempa na esia. Enya sempa na esia we de America. Anka France hey. They can't survive without Africa. Maka. Omun tumi nya nipa, omun tumi nya hwe without Africa. Nanso de na esi. Yesi ade a omode ye kanea wo mo ho no, omun nya free Niger fo ni light. Mo hu baby antokwa na free, start e free ba. But san krofo wei a omu bia e ma omu ye nipa. Omu nya free ye ho no. San krofo wei. Omu unkoje visa korako. Me to kwan na me koye transit na me pese me kofa because I love perfumes. So I'm able to buy a few perfumes and buy a few Dolce shoes and Bottega clothes to come and wear for my shows. Almost see the next interview date February. France. We made them. We make them and we are still making them. Because of division. We the perform so low that yense ni pampo ebium eno na ama boys na sorry agina omuso no. Na mo ankasa po mo pese mo unity. You people want to go to BRICS instead of making yourself Africans. It's sad. E ya rehosem. Na say yen unite na yanka ye ho amboma ye bekoso aduhia. No more wia ye so bekoso awia ye because leaders no omo njo said omo be unite and they will negotiate anything that is better than they are negotiating that until they keep negotiating. It's like the slave trade ni keep say changing hands no. The same thing is going on now in these guys. They keep negotiating. Ahomo be tua ye papa ne yakọ ahomo be tua ye papa ne yakọ. The people came here to trade. They bought everything. When it got finished they started buying human beings. So keep negotiating. Keep taking loans. A time will come, they will come and take all of us. Now I tell you, your children are the ones they will be taking for first. First. This is what we need to work on. Crofoway, almost surviving on Africa. Almost, call visa will begin. Almost say interview date in February. Hey! And your France ambassador no be krom anoma obeda ne ho celebrity wa haya na mudidi di nachi e de be no tumi ye ma Ghana wanya hia ma Ghana otukọ wie ye no wakogina ho no se ye se omo ma Ghana ayi musicians ni diplomatic pa for wade ye ko ube ya nka wa ha no ye when you had the power wasan ba be dane no ho be use nipa any opportunity abaha na wo kan so a na enkrofo no omo se omo ye ade be media guru omutia kotokoto ade ye wo ho ye se omo kan omo nka no mu di ekire. You can't weigh a musiden. Moody a motion from maybe bo. Ye near maybe nti aha bonin to me si hentia. Nanka mubehu. Wemu. Kwa interview date. Nkrofo ko visa omo fill forms and what have you call interview? No mo to hear the omo nkrofo we omo depending on us. Why don't you think we have to unite? Why are we not uniting? These people depend on us. Everything in France comes from Africa. Everything that's making them, including human beings that are working for them, are Africans. Tell me if I'm lying. And yet, I am telling this, I am saying this, I'm sending this message to every pastor. Start preaching unity. United, but start preaching. Because if we are preaching Yesu for how many years? Not a normal because we can start preaching unity. And say 100 years it will sink into the head of the people and it will work. Kwame Nkrumah did same. The catch last week say obeye dam no any motorway no almost no or yeah projector no yichiro omo sinking into the people said they started turning towards him and he was able to do it and they would you so jeje hu sika na dum so abeto mpon me nyehwe adwena bafo low. This is what I'm saying. This is why we should unite. And yes, I yet Hanoma, Yena Bessa, are sorry for the mosque. You should start screaming this. When Yanko Pono, Wahanokana, who your friend in Yanko Pono, person or Bebo, I just Allah. Who be say Allah or say Allah, Tracy Yanko Pon, we chini. I don't know, Kala, we are gone. I don't know, can you more? We are Benny, I don't know, come out. Why? If it's the same thing, this is where we don't want to think beyond the box. This is the level at where we stand now. If we don't break the barriers, now you're doing for your home. Now we keep follow. You need baby, I be follow sa no bedru baby no. Omo de yebe gina wo say ye ntwen na omo ba na gina ho na mboa bechinya we omo ye bi da. Don't forget, slave time, no more than Crawford Chili do you say train, na yabemo be a belusu, say no matter or more, say more mechi or more. A dear a sea slave trade, you know, that same thing is going on in disguise until you think deep, until you wake up, until you love your continent, until you decide to love your neighbor, until you decide to preach unity, until you decide to preach liberation of Africa. We are not going anywhere. We will die in poverty while we sit on gold. This is why we have to, what we have to work on. Let's start growing the idea of African unity. Truthfully, we may not be alive when Africa is so united that it has one ruler and one currency and we can move freely among our states. I might not be alive at that time. I might not be alive, but I tell you, don't ever think this will never happen. It will happen. Na said that drew wherever I am, play me video no na start you mama what. I am telling you this, the wind is blowing and the earth itself is turning into that direction. Whether you like it or not, this will happen. I might not be alive to witness it, but trust me, mark my words, it will happen by force. And I am pleading on this note, I'm pleading to all the young ones. Sahin ye ne betua. Na so almost your mocho wa hin akona kodi hine na ye ukuro ni ye. Because wo family enye setting na obi embu. So wonya wabusuye ye no matter how rich you are, you don't have respect. Your wealth we sika no etre wabusuya ma wusika ne nso wabusuafo so. Otemase ye eno na kire se wo ye sikani. Hinti no maami ya yese wakoda sika so yesi ni nua se o ye wicked because who was sika se na busuya na bre me sai sika ne se ba me ho a me koka da no me sai sika we ba me ho a bra kwa me pa obi adan so no mabosu roofing sheet new and this I will do one day sika de bi ira de kwa da ba me ho a mashallah I will do things until we do these things. We are not going anywhere. This will happen. It will not happen whilst I'm alive because I know. But when it happens, remember me. What do I say? Me say African will get leaders at a point in time. Omu nyina be dwene akoben kromu. Na omu African continent ni nyina de abom. Na omu nyina di sikakro. Na wetimi a walk freely among Africans, your fellow brothers and sisters. African leaders who are going to join the BRICS. I laugh. Universe happen and life happen. I'm telling you. We may not be here when the dream of Kwame Nkrumah is achieved. We may not be here when all is over. But our children will remember us for starting it. And until I may shouting. And nothing I'm investing. What I go through to put episodes for you, you have no idea. For how many years? 8 years. No sponsorship, nothing. It's only one person who is solidly pushing us, me and my people. It's Alex and the Yiri Nyamisha. Musama can Alex man can be and so bonity. To become Mr. Alex and the Yiri and Majadi Akano. One far bay and could in it san or mocha. Nti or no, or pushy and kakra, and we have so much hope that we will get there one day. This is a seed. That is why some money dino at this seeding. One unity, one Africa, one continent, one currency, one peace, one love. This will happen. Not now, but in future. But our children will remember us for starting it. They will make us legends for growing the seed of African unity. Ntino mibisa, the American, and he found out somewhere the free. And he na wuso mu de free. Ye the leader si ho. Say onye MCU say why minim campo. Na say onye MPP ni a. And the NDC for be su egu tiri so. Say ye the assemblyman si wo no no ye adwuma say dan na party foforo wini a ye be yi no. Adenti na mu yi no. Is it not the country you are serving? So if the person is good, why are you removing no? Election no kra how nanda kra hinsie kra omo ahin akonya ne ye omo de ya no. Omo no omo tete so. Ye kan say wherever you are woni mo ho wo won paso. Wo da masa asem we ensheki e wo wutirim. Asem ameka no. No. They will call us legends. They will watch this video and say we are the ones who planted the idea in their minds. That's why I tell you, the children abroad are texting me that, Mommy, we can't understand, we don't understand your language. My English is small, but I'm saying something important. Sit the children down and then translate it for them. Discuss this with them. The other day, Mibisa was saying, Mommy Grace said we should liberate ourselves as Africans. What do we do? What will you tell your child? Write it in the comment section. We don't care. We don't want to know. We are just paying fat school fees. We take our children to school abroad. The outcome na ya na etiseng. Mama wo hokra munya nka mo de mo beba because ya ka kire wo say won ni right. Say oba ne say me your oba, oba ka kire ne so nka so your be ma. We yala. Na nka ha ye foche and everything ya well structured nka oba brebra wo bre wo hwe. Enu nti na de bi a wo kom no, oba dan wani abehwe ha. Oba dan wani abehwe ha. Our next generation will celebrate us as heroes and legends. They will. And then Mose Kwame Nkrumah no onye say send them kai no. Ewiase we wahu. Ewiase before na me hu de bi omo wo bibi achi. They are never ahead of anything, whether problem or prosperity. De bia omo wo bibi achi. De bia omo wo bibi achi, omo ni bibi animu da. And it will be written in history forever that we planted the idea of African unity when we had no hope of seeing it manifest. When that day comes, everybody will remember Mami Grace. Let's imagine that day has come now. Hey, there was a woman bio. Now it shows to be not yet shows baby, but can one day be said this will happen that Africa will live in unity and Africa will have one passport and Africa will have one identity and Africa will rule the world and Africa will have one president and Africa will be great again. This woman called Mami Grace was saying this and it has happened. That day will come. Mark my words. That day will come. Because a time will come that semuka wa Bible mu say no ambreso no ensuo ne flash abonefo koye na muka se Tower of Babel abreso no so enso eni so onyankopon kata omo a. I tell you, a flood will purge the land. A flood will purge the land. I tell you, a language will purge the land. A signal will purge the land. A word will purge the land. A message will purge the land. And Africa will be great again. Mark my words. I say this with every confidence. The sheep will turn its face and it will come and vomit everything that is stole from Africa. That time will come. So, baby, who say, what do we do now? What do we do now? I wish everybody will listen to this message and start doing something. I know, say, we are all not going to do this, but trust me, when this message gets to 30%, the land will hear the voices, and it will turn its face, and it will show mercy. I'm telling you. It will hear the voice of the signal rings. That's what the Bible says. And it will turn things around. Call your children and teach them why we must unite against the odds. Inti na misi school hono, momo bia anti asiese obia betumi aye bibi. Na munyi first and second ni free ho. Na munyi fail kran free ho. Akola ni di obenya bia, mumma ne kwana di opeso o assess no assess. Because nyini ni nyansa e wa adwini ni mu. As you grow, as you get experience, you grow. When I started hosting this show, I was not like this. As I keep hosting, I keep experiencing the pain I went through and all that I learned from it. So it's not all about the teacher sitting there or kola the teacher nankasa na worry mu issues. All background ni kuna the suppression ni na beton kola no so. We have to restructure education system. But that wind will blow one day. I heard the Speaker of Parliament say, "You almost fatty," but I'm say hallelujah. One day, you one education minister be obeka say no first, no second. Yen teach them new groomy giftings and look at how this country will turn. Ye cool visions, bebre. Ye dream about us and Draculas. They drink visions and they kill visions. They kill dreams. Because akola na nya 100% when ya f back wo ze mi mumpo na makeka na d ni den enti akola na so person ye artist o say on to me nya because of d. We have to change these behaviors and that day will come. Share this with your children. Tell them how they should stand united against all odds. Share the message of African unity to your children. Stop telling people why we can't unite. We know it already and we are nursing the idea. Obi beka to say yen tumi ntia say we mu wo mu president say we mu ndi banku agbefo ni we kra nka. Stop saying that. Don't vibrate on negativity. Vibrate on positivity. Tell your children we can do this. Yes, tell them we can do this. Though it is hard and it is difficult, we better do this than accept to be slaves forever. We have to work hard. Let's keep planting the seedlings in the head of our children. Use social media to spread the idea of African unity. Neja intokwano. So biya ye bonea wanye wo ufie de biya ye ko de biya ye ko de biya ye ko de biya ye ko adan intokwano ko a views na de be ma wo how much will you get? The other day na me catch me microphone say ntimufu say yen pa ye te ye YouTube channel no omo ma yen 10,000 pounds so kra mufu say betumi aye production for 1 month. Entumi It's a huge investment we are doing, but we know that we are planting something for our generation. You are shouting, let's go back to ancestors. We go back to ancestors, no problem, because they've left something for you. So what are you leaving for those who will come after you? We are creating a platform for the next generation. What are you doing? Push on. Be conscious of it. Grow the idea. Support the idea. Tell your children, they be a catcher or banner so co school, or new time for or blacker, or that is what the Bible say. That is what everything that grow peacefully acknowledge unity. Unity. Someone you feel unity is not important. They united and they brought Christianity. Now look at what it has done to you. They united and brought Islam. Look at what it has done to you. You leave your father, you leave your marriage, giving your children broken home because the pastor advised you. This is what we need to do. This is the time to think about Africa uniting. I want all of us to think about this. Mama yenjin we hu na yenjin hu ye. Adia obi yene se ya na wa pushing na wa supporting. Sales ne yere me da mo asomate. Sometimes now yes stressful. Sometimes you don't know what to do. The names, the insults. Sometimes but the people you keep pushing, you keep pushing, you keep pushing, you keep pushing. Abrabona wo bona wudi dokono enamonka hona we say no. It's not about you. It's about your children. It means it's about your generation. If that is the case, your generation need a great Africa so that they will be in their domain and they will operate comfortably. Nkolana ekwa abontin hon omu wu omo bre almost say about it. The only thing you can do about it is sacrificing and pushing and encouraging and sponsoring programs that plant seed. Ade a making a seed. I'm dropping it in your head, drop it in the head of your children, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. If we want take 3, we plant them, the seeds, and they grow. Anything we want, we plant, they grow. Kwame Nkrumah did this for the Akosombo Dam and the motorway. You did this for Christianity, you did this for Islamic. You can still do this for African continent. Africa will be great again. I am so sure, I am confident in my spirit. We are not hating anybody. Let's address the errors. Let's address the intruder that has come into our continent that is dividing us. Let's work it under the pillow so that when you come out, nothing will stop us as Africans. Shalom. Peace.